Arytenoid granuloma are benign inflammatory lesions that arise from medial surface of arytenoid cartilages and particularly from the vocal process. Synonyms are contact ulcer granuloma, vocal process granuloma, intubation granuloma, contact pachydermia, and peptic granuloma. Pathogenesis. These consist of a proliferation of granulation tissue with epithelial hyperplasia. They result from injury to the thin mucoperichondrium over the vocal process from mechanical trauma, either following intubation or repeated high velocity impact of vocal process against each other from throat clearing, coughing, talking in habitually low pitched, creaky, hyperfunctioning voice. Men tend to develop granuloma secondary to hyperfunction, while women develop from more commonly as a result of intubation. So, hyperfunctioning granuloma more common in male, intubation granuloma more common in female. In addition, extraesophageal reflex is recognized as an important etiological factor, either contributing to the symptoms leading to mechanical trauma or preventing healing of damaged mucosa because of hyperfunction or intubation. Patients present with a change in voice or vocal fatigue, a constant tickling sensation, discomfort or pain localized to the posterior superior aspect of the larynx, which is worse on phonation, coughing and throat clearing, and can radiate to the ear. In addition, there may be symptoms associated with extraesophageal reflex, including choking episode, and severe cases there may be stridor. These symptoms may come on insidiously after intubation or infection or period of stress. There may be unilateral or bilateral vocal nodule, diffuse thickening over the vocal process, to large pedunculated exophytic masses obscuring the posterior glottis. They are mainly located near the vocal process and in the posterior glottic. They may be unilateral or bilateral. Diagnosis is confirmed clinically with histopathology examination. On histology, there is exuberant granulation tissue with chronic inflammation with fibrinode necrosis is seen with pseudo epithelialization of the lamina propria. Main treatment principles include reducing the effect of laryngeal irritants like stopping smoking, improving vocal hygiene, treating any respiratory tract infection, allergies, and extraesophageal reflux. Voice therapy in terms of raising awareness of and reducing hyperfunctional and vocally abusive behavior, and psychological counseling where necessary is also used. Surgery does not usually cure arytenoid granulomas when used in isolation, as there is high chances of recurrence. It is useful in confirming the diagnosis histologically, excluding a carcinoma, and in debulking large lesions. Laser vaporization after biopsy reduces the amount of bleeding, but it is important to avoid thermal damage to the underlying cartilages. There is no good evidence in the support of use of antibiotics and steroid in general. Botulinum toxin injection into the thyroid node muscle can be useful as adjuvant treatment in resistance cases, as this helps reduce the impact of vocal processes against each other, allowing the epithelium to heal. It means this arytenoid granuloma is difficult to treat. So, multimodality of treatment is required. You have to treat underlying causes, give voice therapy, and surgical treatment for debulking and confirming the diagnosis.